let's move on now then from that. Let's move on to, I want both of you to kind of tell us what behaviors you have that are different from people that are not suffering with BPD, that people that you would think is
I have
normal,
so many things about
but somebody else. Just, I want you to kind of point out certain things in regards to, you know, whether it is how you take things very personally, whether it is that you overreact, whether you think, you know. So, Luma, let's go with you. So, what are some key things that you feel that people who don't suffer from a disorder would kind of be like, wait a minute here, there's something off with this person?
She cries all the time.
So, is there anything that you just like that, or something? Is it a thought that makes you cry? Is it
sometimes, or she'll have a lot of panic attacks and she'll just like stop breathing.
And again, like, are there specific triggers?
Yes, but they're usually like mental things, like having to do with past trauma. It's nothing in like my actual surroundings that's making me feel that way.
So if someone spoke to you with a certain tone, or
that could actually trigger it, because it would, if it's like a similar tone to
or a similar facial expression.
Yeah, or for example, for the longest time, I couldn't high five people without flinching because I thought someone was going to hit me every time they did that.
Okay.
And people used to make fun of me for that. They'd be like, "Oh, go high five her. Watch her flinch." It's like, yeah.
And so when you're saying crying, would that also be things that would trigger you too? So like, do you have a better idea of what causes this to happen now? So the panic attacks or the crying?
I think it's just a feeling of being like trapped. Like, it mostly happened in school because you couldn't leave school, you know, no matter how much you wanted to. Like, sometimes I would get out of class passes if I was having a panic attack, but I would have to go interrupt the class, be like, "Yo, here's this little card." And then if half the time it'd be like, "What is that? Sit back down." And I would just have tears streaming down my face. I'd be like,
God, how traumatic.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I just need to leave. And then,
so Fiona, please tell us some. And the reason I'm asking this question, right, I feel that a lot of people, individuals that suffer with BPD, don't even know that they even have it.
Oh, I think there's so many people
that don't
know that they have it.
And because of stigma, because of their own insecurities, they're not even going to seek help because they know there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Even if they do kind of have an idea, they're never going to admit it, because it's extremely embarrassing, and the guilt and the shame kills you, right? If you have BPD, right?
Yeah.
So I want you, the reason I want us to discuss this, because I'm hoping that some people, who are either suffering with this, might realize, hey, shit, that's the fucking way that I behave. Or someone who has a loved one, whether it's a daughter, whether it's their partner, whether it's their mother, or a coworker or a close friend who has these traits, they can be like, you know what? Because that person might be like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me, and I hate living like this. I don't know what to do. So now that person can be, you know what? I think you might have BPD. You should go see someone and get diagnosed. So I want you to tell me some key things that you've noticed about your behavior, like Luma was just saying, that happen, and it's a part of it, that other people would be kind of like frowning upon and would be like, why does she react that way to that?
Very easily triggered by just the smallest anything. Like, it doesn't matter if it's my kids, if it's somebody at work, if it's just the little triggering things. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
but it's like a rage from someone that has witnessed it.
No, it's like
we talked about the BPD stare before. Like shit. Like I've watched
I'll get these eyes. That
I've watched it. I've literally watched her eyes dilate from blue to black, and like just by if a customer. Granted, no, I shouldn't say if a customer, because you are really good with customers. I'll give you that. But we do work in a plaza where we have a bar in the same plaza, and the people that frequent the bar are, let's just say,
How the fuck do you guys have a bar in the same plaza you guys sell weed?
And then we got a pizza, Dollarama. We got
because it's a bar that gets run by people who make sure it never gets shut down.
I'm so sorry.
That's insane.
Anyways, so this bar, like, you know what? I'm not going to talk shit. They're our neighbors. All I'm going to say is, you know, with a bar comes characters. An out to lunch bunch, shall we say. Yes. So with that, right, you'll have Fiona go up front for a cigarette, and she'll be peaceful and she'll be calm, but then she'll see something, or she'll see something where she'll see somebody that, you know,
it's like my eyes get locked on this thing,
tunnel vision,
or whatever,
and
and then I can't see past what my eyes
You're
see.
consumed by that.
Yeah,
Her
and the
strength
rage.
becomes like Hulk. I don't.
I feel like
she-
sometimes my expression to explain it is like the devil's inside of me.
So, I mean, so
honestly,
you-
I can
so-
literally say I feel like the devil's inside of
So
me.
Fiona, you're
sometimes.
high in the spectrum because I know that there's high functioning BPDs.
Yeah.
There's silent BPDs.
Yeah.
You're the silent BPDs take everything internally.
Yeah,
I don't want to put that out.
no.
That's
I don't want
me.
to hurt anybody. That's you.
That's me.
You are high in the spectrum and
And I
you
wanna
lash
hurt
out
everybody.
everybody.
Let's just
Yeah.
when we leave today, just look at her windshield. That's all. Just, like,
That wasn't me. That was the personality, Patricia. Okay.
We'll post the photo.
just look
on,
at
So-
her windshield.
Instagram.
when
So
we leave.
let me ask you, Fiona, when you have these triggers, are you do you feel with age now you're more aware of them because you already can control it better?
I feel like since I know that it's BPD, because before I had no idea, right? So not knowing what it was and not knowing how to control it or not knowing what, that was a lot harder. But now knowing that, okay, this is probably a part of the BPD, I'm able to kind of compartmentalize what's going on with myself. So it's like, okay, this part is coming from this is what's going on. So, it's like, it's honestly so hard to explain the problem until you're in it.
Do you
Like-
feel that your children, the older ones, and your partner, do they kind of have to walk on eggshells and they're aware of your triggers?
Yes, but no, because my children are not afraid of me, so they walk on no eggshells.
But your partner does.
He
I mean, because he's more aware.
He started to try to as it's gotten further along that I'm not happy. Let's put it like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, that's what's going to happen.
Because I've dealt with a lot for years, so it's like eventually now, honestly, losing my mom in August is what has changed a lot in my mind. So like the way that I used to put up with shit and I would deal with things differently, I'm never going to be the same person that I was before August. So it's like I've switched. I'm not the same person. I don't know how to explain it. It's like
No, that's, you know,
I'll never deal with the kind of stuff that I put up with before, sitting at home, waiting, crying, doing all those things. It's like, no, I'll be the one
Making
one
the
sitting
effort.
here. Yeah. But not even the effort. I mean, like, even when it comes to my relationship, it's like, I feel like I'm done in a sense, because it's like, I feel like I've evolved almost, where some people evolve and they start to change, where some people aren't evolving and they're stuck. And it's like, I feel like I'm evolving and I'm changing, where he's stuck and I can't do it.
Can you just move your mic up a little bit higher? So
Yeah.
because I need you to speak in this. So
I feel like
just to add to that,
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone here, and even our people who are watching this, everybody has faced some sort of something that's tragic, right? Whether it's the loss of a loved one who's passed away, whether it's a pet, whether it was losing their best friend, a friendship, a relationship, right? Everyone's gone through some sort of trauma, right? Or something very tragic. And when that happens, you have the option now of either to grow from that, remain where you are, or dig a deeper hole. My point?
Yeah.
And each one of us, based on where we are in our lives at that moment, will decide on option A, B, or C. And I feel what you're saying is that with your mom passing away, you decided that you know what you have,
Mhm.
you're accepting it.
Yeah.
But do you feel that you are less patient now with other people who are not, being patient with you? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, are you like, you know what, fuck
Yes,
it. If you
I've
don't get
lost
me,
my
fuck
patience.
off.
Yeah, I've lost my patience to the point where it's like, yeah, pretty much.
But isn't that a little bit unfair?
It is, but at the same
Like,
time,
isn't that like, like if you have like your cousin who, kind of knows you've got something, but they don't get it. And all of a sudden they triggered you, like, fuck you. Don't call me again. I'm done with you.
that's me. That's my personality.
But isn't that I think that's unfair.
It is
It's
very unfair.
that's kind of cruel.
I guess it's part of also like understanding that if you want to be her friend, like we will have it out. It's just a matter of, okay, I know she's at that state, and I know if I need her to answer her phone again, how to communicate to her properly. So it's a way of, the nicest way I can put it is just stroking her ego so that I can still have that friendship with her. I'm not gonna lie, because like, for example, we had a fight 2 days ago, yesterday, and it's like I had to sit back, and instead of writing something out emotional and triggering her even further, I just step back, take my message, put it into ChatGPT and say, translate this into somebody
I do that.
with more borderline personality
done with
disorder so
you.
it doesn't feel like I'm
Chad.
attacking them.
Chad
Wow.
is helping everyone.
Done
And
with
so
you.
then I copy pasted the message and right away
Chad
she
is my
hearted
AI
it.
boyfriend.
So instead of her feeling attacked by it, I knew that as her friend, that's part of the disorder. It's not part of her, but instead of her making a decision based on how she feels right now in the moment, her quitting her job and doing all this, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to find a way to communicate with her as a friend. Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying. I just feel that, because I always play the devil's advocate, right? I mean, I feel that someone who's not suffering with this is completely clueless to this.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, because of where your mindset is, they trigger you and you just cut them out. So one of the things with cluster Bs, and that's people who've got, borderline or BPD or NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. Even I don't know about bipolar, but they have black and white thinking, right? Which is called splitting. So white being that you're in the idolization phase, you are basically idolized and you're amazing and you can never do no wrong. And then black is the devaluation phase where you're the fucking devil. You're the cause of all my pain and problems. I hope you die and suffer. There's no gray area.
Nope.
So there's no like, hey, my best friend is a human and they can have a bad day and they might trigger me, but I still do love them. It's like, no, if my best friend triggered me, fuck them and they're horrible and I'm going to punish them right now for hurting me.
Yeah, but then you can get over it in like 2 hours.
I get that, but imagine you have to. What I'm trying to say is, for you, it's fine because you're feeling all of those. So back again to my earlier point was that the number one thing from all the reading I've done on BPD is
We're very selfish people.
you're incapable of regulating your emotions.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
your feelings are reality.
This is why our relationships fail.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they have a book, right? They have a book
Yeah.
on BPD, and what the title is, I hate you,
And I
don't leave
love
me.
you.
No, not I love you. I hate you, don't leave me.
Don't leave me.
Yep, same.